Do you struggle with pricing your services or stress anytime you get the question, how much do you charge? One of the biggest myths in sales is that people only buy based on price. This is not true at all. And pricing yourself to the bottom is not the way to more sales or the success that you truly want. In today's video, I am sharing 4 ways on how to shift your mindset from price to value so you can start charging what you're worth and never have to defend or explain your prices ever again, because I don't. And so, for those of you returning, welcome back, and thank you so much for tuning into the Pitch Queen Show. I am your host, Michelle, also known as the Pitch Queen, where I share my best tips on what it takes to really increase your revenue so you can have a thriving business and be that successful entrepreneur that I know that you are. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button and click the bell so you get notified on all of yours truly's new videos. All right, so let's talk about this really important thing, okay? Because remember this is a really great quote. It's the person with the best diagnosis versus the person with the best solution who actually gets selected. And my work husband, Ross Jeffries, says that all the time, okay? So I'm going to quote him on that one. But I'm going to share today a lot about a diagnosis because maybe this will relate to you. But the first way is find out what the client's needs are by having the best diagnosis. It's sort of, let me give you an example, like going to the doctor, right? You go to the doctor and you're like, hey, my head really hurts. I fell down, I got something on my knee, and then your doctor goes, okay, well, where were you? Were you intoxicated? Were you on lots of medicine? Had you not slept? Are you stressed out, right? They go through a bunch of series of questions. Wink, wink. I can't wink, but I sort of can. Anyway, that's the diagnosis part, okay? So you need to be really clear on what the problem your client is trying to solve by figuring out how to diagnose them. If the solution that you are proposing won't really solve their problem, then they won't see the value in paying you for it. So if you can focus on solving their problem and getting them out of whatever pain that they're in and paint a clear picture of the results that you can really get for them, then your value goes up and the price becomes less important. It goes actually out the door. It's very similar to being in a doctor's office. So think about, for that first way, how do you get diagnosed at a doctor's office? And do the same thing with your clients, all right? Way number 2, be confident in yourself and what you're offering. The first sale that you ever have to make is you. If you are not sold on yourself, your services, and your worth, then you're not going to be able to sell anyone else, right? Okay, I've got a story for you because this literally just happened yesterday. I was with one of my CPAs that, you know, he's really has a lack of confidence. We're just going to call him Ronald. And Ronald, he's not sold on himself. He's not sold that he can just pick up the phone and ask for a referral. He's not sold that he can go down the street and say, hey, I'm the best CPA in town. And until he gets sold on himself, it's going to be really hard for him to go any further. So instead of looking on the outside to show the world why you're really worth it, why don't you start looking inside, right? Go inside yourself and start to feel it for yourself, because you need to believe in yourself and what you offer 1,000% before anyone else will. And think about it. Would you give your hard-earned money to someone who didn't seem very confident in what they were doing? Not me. So for my example, Ronald needs to go do some inside work. You know, maybe he needs to get a bunch of testimonials from his 70 current clients that he has so he can go get new clients, because he was complaining to me that he has a challenge getting new clients. Well, hey, guess what? You've got 70 happy people. To really increase your confidence, why don't you have them tell you why you're amazing? And that can start by working on inside yourself, okay? And always remember that you have a solution to someone's problem. And without you, they're going to stay in pain. Time out here because I want to explain that's like the diagnosis, right? If you're going to the best knee surgeon to replace your knee and fix your knee, that doctor has to be that confident in the way he's communicating with you and the way he diagnosed it so you can have a good knee. Otherwise, guess what? You're going to go get a second opinion and a third opinion. That's what you don't want to happen in business, because if you get a second opinion or third opinion, you might lose the client. So think about it. That doctor probably told you, if you're the patient, hey, I just helped, replace LaDainian Tomlinson's knee. I just helped replace Drew Brees' knee. I just helped replace, Marshall Faulk's knee. Like all these players in the NFL, let's just say, and you're an athlete, he's showing you that he knows what he's doing, right? So that means, okay, that they need you. So keep that in mind. You're the expert. You're the best. So what are you the expert in? Write it down, put in the comments below. What problem do you solve for your clients? Because share it with me in the comments below. And oh, by the way, you might get a new client from doing this because other people will see your comments, right? And we'll have all these comments coming in right below. All right, really, really important. Way number 3, keep a red rope policy in place and the abundant mindset that there's a lot of clients. So think about this for just a moment. The selectivity paradox, okay? The person who's the most selective actually winds up having the greatest number of selections. Think about that for a sec, right? Like for me, I'm just going to share a personal example. I have online classes for accountants where I help them with sales and increasing revenue and creating sales processes, but I only take 10 people to a class. So it increases your demand because desperation doesn't sell. If someone gets the sense that you are desperate for their money or will work with anyone that really walks through your door because they'll sense that, then they will be able to tell. They're going to sense that energy, and it's not a good thing. It sets off a lot of red flags to them. Think about how this works in dating, right? For those of you that know, I'm dating, okay? It's like if someone who begs you for a date, they're positioning themselves as like, are they high value? Probably not. They probably are desperate, right? Or on the other hand, would you go out with absolutely anyone that asks you? Of course not. You need to have standards on who you work with. Or like me, I got standards on who I'll go on dates with, right? You also need to have the mindset that there is an abundance of perfect clients out there looking for you. They really are. And once people see that you take who you are so seriously, your value goes through the roof. It's just inevitable, all right? So last one, way number 4, don't take it personally, because the truth is the value isn't about the person who is actually doing the selling. It's not about how many books you've written, how many shows that you've been featured on, or how much money you've actually made. It's about how badly a person wants to solve a massive problem that they have and who's going to do the best diagnosis. It's about the results that the client is really trying to get and how important those results are to the right client, right? So time out, because if you get knee surgery, it's not about the doctor's accolades, right? It's about him getting to fix your knee so you can go run an Ironman. One of my accountants yesterday told me she wants to run an Ironman and that she did 30 10Ks last year. By the way, that's like a 10K every other month. That's a lot of running. So if she needed a new knee and this doctor said, I fixed all these NFL guys' knees, well, then she's more inclined to do it. But the doctor has to speak to her knee, not about all the clients that he fixed. That just shows credibility. Got it? Okay. So maybe they're not in enough pain yet to buy, so keep that in mind. And they might have a different idea about how much they truly want to invest in themselves. At the doctor, I know your insurance covers it, but there's a lot of people that go to other doctors that have like a non-PPO plan. They have an HMO, but they go to a doctor that's on the PPO, okay? So just keep that in mind or maybe they are just plain, they don't think they deserve to win or get that client. So again, maybe the client is just not a good fit for you, personality or something else. In my example with the knee, maybe Carla's, leg is deformed a little bit and that doctor doesn't feel comfortable working with her. So that doctor would tell her goodbye. Think about the diagnosis, because with an abundance mindset that we just talked about, there's really someone else right around the corner who will be happy to pay you for your services, okay? So knowing your value is just one of the pieces of the puzzle to thinking and acting like some of the most successful people on the planet. And I know that you're ready to really dive a bit deeper into that on what goes into the most successful 6, 7, and 8-figure entrepreneurs. And make sure to download my free guide at 8figuretips.com to learn more. That's 8, the number 8, or you can write it out, figuretips.com. And If you like this video, feel free to take a screenshot now and share it with your friends, because this will help them increase their sales too. And be sure to hit that subscribe button. You know the drill. You'll get notified about future videos. And I just want to say thank you so much for being here with me today. I will see you in the next video.